Howdy folks, Taco here, Taco Bonsai. I am going to do a couple quick cuts um, on my one really big ginseng ficus. It's kind of out of control, so that's what I'm going to work on. So let's dive in on it. Okay, so I'm not really set up with all my correct tools, but this is the one kind of bigger, I call it my canopy ginseng ficus. It's got some dead leaves in there, but it's doing okay. Um, it is certainly getting some new growth that I need to address. So that's what I'm going to start off with. I'd love to carve the base on this. I'm really just not thinking that's the right move right now, although I can take off like stem root. Of course, these aren't bonsai scissors. They're really nice, but they're just sewing scissors that I took from my mother. So I've got a couple different loud music coming from the street. I don't know if it's drowning me out. I've got a couple different lower branches here, and I'm not sure I'm ready to get rid of them yet. I know it's kind of making it wide here. There's my side profile, but the reality of it is that I don't think any of them are really thickening to the point where it's going to overtake this bottom part here. This is still working quite hard to heal. So I'm just going to leave it. You can see under here, there is healing going on. So I'll just show you real quick. See, this is still healing. So that's good. It really has been taking its time healing. I'll probably have to carve this down some, but that is okay. So starting down here at the bottom. This one coming out the back here I'll leave because there's nothing really directly above that. But this one here has got to go. So that's done. I got this little guy down here that really doesn't need to be there either. And then a no root that didn't make it. So stub in here. Come off. Let's hit this again just to make sure. This one's kind of got its own. Oh, there we go. Little knob right there. Same thing here. Gonna take that back a little better. And then this branch is not bifurcating, so I'd like to take it back. I'm trying to do a new policy with bonsai, and that is kind of a rule of three thing. So not to say I want three branches from one place, but this one has 1, 2, 3. So it came to right here, and it still hasn't bifurcated. So I need to cut this back. If I have 3 bends and I have no bifurcation, it's time to cut it back. And I'm not going to go too crazy on this. I am going to leave leaves on it because I'm being very, very conservative, but I'm only going to leave 3 sets of leaves. So I got the one bottom one here, the second one there, and this is the third one. So after that third one, I am going to terminate that branch and hope that that grows back with a little more energy and a lot more bifurcation. So if this doesn't work, of course, I can cut it back hard, but I'm going to try to be a little more conservative. That branch was my choice because it is a nice example. But this one, of course, here needs to be worked on as well. So I got coming up, I don't have a whole lot of movement here. It's kind of straight. But then it does start to get some sort of movement. You'll probably see better from that angle. I've got a piece on top here I do not want. So I'm going to take that off. And then it bifurcates rather interestingly. So there's this bottom branch here. Not a lot of movement in that. So again, I'll do, doesn't have 3 bends there, but I'll do 3 sets of leaves. So I got 1, 2, 3, I believe. Take off here. Yeah. Sometimes these grow the way it's almost set. Sometimes they grow, kind of like this has longer internodes. This one has very tight internodes. So I could take this back further. It's not really sets, but they're very close together. So I will take it back to just 3 leaves actually, since these aren't sets. I don't know why I was thinking these were opposing, but they're not sets. So 3 there. And this one, again, I want to take it back to 3. So there's 3 leaves there. So now it's just taken way, way back. This one here has just started to grow. It's actually in a good direction. And this vertical part here, although it's dividing, isn't something I want. So I'm going to go ahead and take the vertical part off altogether. And then I'm going to take the top off of that. There is a little branch coming underneath here. I don't think I want that. So take that off. And then I'm going to take this back to 3 leaves. So I've got 1, sorry, it's hard to see in here for me, 2, 3, and then really I'm just taking the very top off this one. And just leaf. There we go. So I got 3 leaves on there, 3 leaves on here, 3 leaves on here. I don't see any other issues with those 2 branches. They just kind of got to grow. Now I'm going to work on this big branch over here. First thing is this branch. Comes up, turns, and this is probably the closest thing to a main trunk that this tree has right now. Take a little this off here, and it comes up and it splits quite well here. The lowest part here, I get 1, 2, 3, and it has bifurcated some, but most of these leaves are on the top, so I'll be a little bit less confident with this one. Notice I'll cut off. I know there's more than 3 leaves here. I'll cut off these top leaves and just leave the bottom ones. With the exception of this one back here, because if I can get some movement back here, I really love that. So I'll leave it just like that. We'll see what happens there. And on the inside here, it's got to go. And sorry about the noise. I really have no way to adjust noise. All right. Next one on that branch would be this sub branch right here. It comes out, I think you can see, it does split here. And then it's got one on the top, which you can barely see. I'm going to take that top one off. I don't want it. Put that one all the way down. Yeah. All right, take that top one off, and then lose my place completely, because, of course, that was too much for me to keep track of. Joking, of course. All right, so I'm on this branch here. So now I've got this one that comes out to, in the direction of the camera at this point. I will cut that back. And that is very, very dense growth, so I'm just going to start up here and see where that leaves me. I don't think that's too short for an internode, so I'm going to leave all those leaves on there. And then work on this other part here. So I've got the old leaf still on there. I'm going to take that off. And this one is, again, I can't really move it too easily. It's quite dense with growth. And I have cut it before, so I'm going to take it back again to a little spot there and see how it does. It does have, yeah, I've cut this one before, so this is actually a really good, that part is actually really good right now. This top part here, I'm not sure I want. It's kind of in the way of stuff, so I am going to take it all the way off. Sad as that might be. So now I've got these kind of sitting where they need to sit. And I'm happy with them. So on this same large branch comes out towards here, and it actually splits, it kind of has bar branches, which I don't know that I should keep. So if I take this out, it kind of fills a lot of space there. Take this one out, it also fills a lot of space. This one already has branching on it, this one does not. So I think what I'll do is I'll take this one out, sad as it might seem, because this one in the back here does have really good branching already. I'd like to keep that branching. I'm going to take this top part off here. I do not Really need it. Because I really wouldn't call that my apex either. I'd really call this a side branch. So it's going to come off. Now this side branch here, which looks quite nice, comes up, comes to this one here. So we'll take this, I've only got barely 3 leaves on it. So I'll just take the end off of it. Just nip whatever it's called, the bud, and see if that does pretty good. Coming up, I've got a little one on the inside here, which I don't know if I want. I'll usually see from there. I'm not sure I want that one. It's not quite vertical. It is kind of growing in the same direction, so I'm going to take that out. As nice as it might be. Yeah, it's going to end up growing over that other branch. So I don't want that either. Want some more. I've got it far branched here. I would like to have this growing in, but I've got a branch behind it. So I'm going to take that one off. This one's a stronger branch. So we'll come back over to this side and try to find 1, 2, 3. Don't think I need more than that on this. I don't see any more branching or any. Go there. Now that one I left 4, but part of that is because my final leaf there would have been going up. I don't want that. Unfortunately, this one will probably go in the wrong direction, and I'll have to redirect it, but I can address that later. And then I'll just try to keep this one away from that. You see, this one's going here. This one I probably don't want on there, but again, I can always redirect that. Now I've got the long leader of that branch, and it has not yet done anything fun. So I'll come up and 1, 2, 3. I'll just make sure my last here. Make sure that my last leaf is in one direction or the other. And actually, I want it going this direction, so that's good. And then this branch, it comes up and again splits. This part is vertical. I do not want vertical. And the rest of this is pretty new growth. So I'll come up here and trim it back to a, not necessarily the third. I don't want it growing up per se. So I've got a cluster of 3 here, but they're really close together. And honestly, any 3 of those branches would be good. But it does help to bring that back some. And I'll leave these on top. These I may not want, just to see how they do. And now I've got to address this. So this is kind of a thick, here. It's kind of a thick area, a thick portion to that branch. And I really want to eliminate that. This comes up very vertically. And it kind of comes in between everything. Now the other question is, if I was to take this branch, this is kind of leader now, all the way out, what that would do for the tree, what that would be worth it. I have to choose between this one and this one. And I think at this time, I'm going to have to take this off. Sad as it might seem, it is just a big old branch in a bad spot. And if I can get all these doing what they need to do, take it back a little further, it won't matter that I've got all these empty spots. I'll get back buddy and I'll get a lot of movement. I do kind of like this branch now. It splits nicely, and it gives me the ability still to work with this stuff. Now I've got to address this one, and I'll first start at the back here. This one here, like you see from that, it does branch out, bifurcate, but quite a bit at the end. It doesn't do much down low. So this one's going in a really good direction. I don't know that I need this one here. So I will take it all the way off. Even though it's a bigger branch, this whole back, top part, whatever you want to call it, is going to have to come off. I also do not want this or this. So this will come off. back. Hopefully that's still good. And now it just kind of splits into two. So this one I want to keep. I will take just the butt off of this. Hopefully it splits on its own because I like where this leaf is headed. That's a very short branch, sub-branch off of this larger one. And then the end of this, the leader of that primary branch, is kind of going out of control and has not split. So I am going to take it off there. And now whatever this spider was doing. So now I've got three, call it pretty good, leaves on here. Now although this one is kind of on top, it's also headed the other way. So that's okay there. Now, I had left this little one here. I'm not sure I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Rather than have it in there. This is pruned up. I've got the leader of that and then this other branch off to the side here that kind of runs parallel. And I don't think I want that. If I'll just take that out all together, I don't think I'll be missing anything. I think I'll just be kind of where I want to be. Now I could take it back to this and see if it grows in here to fill in. But I think it runs parallel to this for too long. I think it's got to go. So that is coming off. And in that, now that I'm looking, this isn't truly a leader. This is more of a leader here. And oops, I got a little new one growing in there. I got to take that off too. I don't really see the need for all three of these. They all kind of fill the same purpose. Now, I don't know where my front's going to be. What I do see is side branch, back branch. Back branch, and a branch that's growing back over here, which is okay. And this is a very good side branch. I like the side branch a lot. I don't have anything in close here to grow up out of that. But I think that's kind of where I should start. So although I have this coming out here, look, it does just split into two. I think I'm going to take that way, 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 way back and try to get it to push more shoots out down low. And this one too, I'm going to cut it not way, way, way back, but back far enough that it would hopefully start to do the same. Now, anyone else's concern should be the same as mine here. Picking a front isn't actually that bad. I would probably say my front should be good question, right? I don't know where my front would be. But I'll say this, none of these are actually that good, and this one's not that good. This is a good branch, this is a good branch. These are kind of garbage. But dare I? I think I've got to. All right, I'm going to take this back first, then prove it all. I think it does. This one too. It's not a very good branch, so take that off. I know I said quick cuts, but I do like this one. I don't like this one. If I get something growing out here, no, then I still have three here. I think I've got to do the uncomfortable. I think I've got to just cut it out. So since I don't have my good pruners with me, I'm just going to do that. Now, this would make an excellent cutting. I don't know that I should plant it, but I might. I've got a couple excellent cuttings, but I think this is where I should end it. Better. Kind of lumpy, but that can be resolved at a future time. And that should definitely be it. So I've got this branch. It's got decent taper to it up until about here. Hopefully I'll get some back budding from taking the bud out of the center there, the newest growth. But it's got good movement. It's probably best as a sort of back branch. But again, we'll see how it branches out. The other ones just weren't good branches, and I didn't want to have three coming from here. I can always adjust the angle to make this a little more upright, but I don't think I need to. This one comes up, pretty decent movement here, but it bifurcates nice and early. This one, although it doesn't have a lot of movement, it moves a little, and it does have taper. It splits off here and gives me two more branches. So although I'm not really filled in, at least I'm on the right track. So now that I've got all these cuttings that I can use, of course I'll start working on it this way. These are probably better as cuttings than they were on the tree in the first place. Take this off. So I'm not great at rooting cuttings. I always try, I don't always succeed. But I've been told it's a good idea, especially with these ficus to root cuttings, because they root easily. I just haven't had much success. So that's probably good there. Nice little cutting. I'll take that off too, just to make sure. It's a nice little cutting. It's a nice cutting here. Take that off too. So I actually got this one to grow as a much larger plant. Kind of donated it to the restaurant I used to work at. But it ended up that I am, well, number one, not near them, but they changed their hours, so I wasn't able to work there during the rest of my stay there. It's not really good cutting. This one's fantastic, so we'll just keep it as is. This one's really nice. We will keep that as is. This one's pretty good too. Let's see if I can just take tips off. Let's see if that one roots. Nice one there. Let's see if that one roots. I think that may be all I really want to mess with all these cuttings, yeah. All right. Ooh. You probably can't see low enough to see what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing, and that's what matters, right? Ooh. Yeah. So, got some cuttings I'll root. One here, one here, one here, or try to root, I should say. Here and here. I don't know how many of them will make it, but as it is, I think I did the right thing for this tree. It'll be able to grow a lot better. Certainly it'll get a lot more light. And right now, I don't really need to water it. It's in pretty good shape as far as moisture level goes. So I won't do any watering on it now, but I will plant these cuttings up at a later time. Yeah, I suppose if I was to call it anything, I'd probably make this the back branch. And unfortunately, even with the scar here, this might be the front. Because really, there's going to be a lot of scars on this. I plan on carving it down quite a bit. I will probably try to keep this root, but I'm not even sure about that. I've got to cut a lot of this out. You can see under here there's some rotting and bulbous roots. This one tapers down to almost nothing and wraps underneath. This one's almost nothing. So I don't know exactly how I end up carving these, but I am very, very certain that I'm not going to leave it in its current form. But that is it. The canopy ficus ginseng isn't really much of a canopy anymore. So we'll call that the current temporary front. I think it looks okay. Doesn't look great, but it's it's going to have to grow in a lot more.